Do you remember who I kept saying was gonna win? Do you remember?
Oh man, you just put me on the spot.
If you don't remember, it's okay. You know what's awesome about it is we got
All I know
shows
is,
that you could go back
yeah,
and listen to.
this is
And your
true.
boy Easy, right here, the host of the Full Blitz Report podcast, did call for the New York Liberty to win
Oh
their
yeah,
first
he did say
WNBA
that.
title. And guess
Yes,
what? The New
yes, he
York
did.
Liberty, in overtime, won their first WNBA title. Stewart and Jones came up big. Okay. Sabrina Ionescu was kind of invisible in that game. I don't want to say invisible, but she, had an off game. Okay. So it was Stewart and Jones that really came through for them. Um, the Lynx left it all out there. I applaud. Look, we go hit it again. I applaud the Minnesota Lynx, okay, for their efforts pushing that game into overtime. That it was. I think it was great for the WNBA. I think that is the good kind of basketball that everybody wants to be watching. I think having a game 5 go into overtime is awesome. Nobody would ever argue with not getting or with getting more basketball. So I'm so looking forward to seeing what happens next season with the WNBA, with Caitlin Clark, with Angel Reese, with Cardona over there in Chicago as well. I'm so excited. I think the future of the WNBA is very bright. We have stars like Paige Bucker coming out, Juju Watkins, Flo J. Johnson, Hannah Hinda Galoa, I believe is how you say her name. I don't believe these players are coming out this year. I think Flo J may be. Um, but the future for the WNBA is very bright, and I'm very excited. The issue that I have with not just the WNBA but the WNBA players, and I even have specific stats written down. So if people have a problem with it, they can go check it because numbers don't lie. Okay, we saw a lot of slander and a lot of trash talking from gay players, from fans, and everything else about Caitlin Clark. Okay. Caitlin Clark gets this, Caitlin Clark gets that. Well, the WNBA players just turned down the new CBA. They want a bigger percentage because the viewership is up. Baby, the viewership is up 90% because of Caitlin Clark. Okay, I'm not taking anything away from the other young talent or the veterans in this league. I'm not taking anything away from Angel Reese, but the draft had a 374% increase of viewerships from the year Caitlin Clark was drafted to the year other players were drafted. Okay. Her games got 3.4 million views, which doubled last year's views on any game. Okay. Her attendance with a game that she was involved in was averaged at 15,691. The average attendance for a non Caitlin Clark game was 7,645. Caitlin Clark is the reason, the primary reason, more people are paying attention to the WNBA. So, hey, I'm all for y'all getting y'all's. I'm all for y'all getting paid. I'm all for all of it. But y'all need to stop with this slander like she doesn't deserve the praise and the respect that she gets. She is the main reason, not the only reason. Because I know a lot of y'all are going to sit there and be like, oh, well, it's Angel Reese. Yes, it is. Okay. There are plenty of people out there watching the WNBA because of Angel Reese. I am one of them. She was an LSU product. And I think that up until her injury, she played phenomenal in the WNBA. I've always said that her offense production needs to get better because although a lot of the rebounds that she had were off of her own misses, it's still a grown woman league and you still have to get the rebound. I do not knock her for that. But y'all need to stop acting like Caitlin Clark is not the reason. It's ridiculous. Now, as with the CPA, the collective bargaining agreement, which so people know, Every organization, league has one. And it's what determines a player can make. It's what determines what share of the revenue from each team goes to the players. Right? It's where salary caps and practice days and everything. It's basically the contract that you sign before you start work. Okay? When you're a salary employee, you say my salary covers 40 hours a week. 2 weeks paid vacation. That's basically what the CBA is. Okay. And ladies, go get your money. Y'all are well deserving. Y'all are putting out a product that is far better than years past. But the reason people are watching is because of Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all any other reason. I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's not the reason. Yes, Angel Reese has to do with it, absolutely. Cardona didn't play much this year, but has to do with it. She was a phenomenal player in South Carolina. She is going to be a phenomenal player for the Chicago Sky. Okay. And then those other young players, when they get to the league, especially players like Paige and Juju, they're going to light it up. Okay. But the vets that are in that league right now built the door for Caitlin Clark to kick it down for the other girls to walk through it. Let's not act like that's not the case. That's all I'm saying. Let's not act like that's not the case. Congratulations to the New York Liberty on their first title. Congratulations on the Minnesota Lynx for a hell of a season. I believe that they'll be back next year. And I'm excited to see what comes from the WNBA moving forward. When the WNBA is around, we will be talking about it here at the Full Blitz because that's what we do. We like all sports, baby.